him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-ma-gob, it's time for the only news that matters on Black Sabbath Sunday. And guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward have opened up to Rock Candy for the magazine's latest expansive cover story, marking 50 years since the release of the band's seminal sixth studio album, Sabotage, in 1975. The three musicians recalled the stresses and strains of going through litigation with their former manager, while at the same time trying to create new music that was designed to push the boundaries of what the Birmingham group had previously deemed possible. Geezer Butler said, "We were obviously immensely pissed off because we had hardly anything to show for 5 years of constant touring, writing, and recording. It was difficult dividing time between creating music and time spent in lawyers' offices and in law courts. But with our backs against the wall, I think some of the songs on Sabotage were the angriest that we'd ever written." Tony Iommi said, "It wasn't easy because it turned out the court case happened smack being in the middle of recording Sabotage. One minute you'd be worried about whether a riff was right for a song, and the next you'd be sat in court. And yet despite such immense outside stresses, Sabbath were absolutely determined to forge ahead on their musical journey." Geezer Butler said, "We were in an experimental phase at the time. We introduced different instruments on the previous album, Sabbath, and once again we're looking for new directions. Synth were relatively new at the time, and we had a go at it, introducing them on some of the songs. It was fun playing around." With their backs against the wall, Sabbath dug deep to produce some of the most exciting rock music in the 70s, or any decade. Geezer Butler said, "Hole in the Sky and Symptom of the Universe are two of my all-time favorite Black Sabbath songs. I love playing them. I still love playing them, and they really come alive when we perform them live." Bill Ward said, "I was really happy with the writing. I think we were expanding, allowing ourselves to expand. We'd come a really long way from the song Black Sabbath. As a great song as that song is, I thought the richness of what we were doing on Sabotage was brilliant." And all right, and so yeah, that's the latest issue of Rock Candy magazine. Talking about the great Black Sabbath, man. Sabotage. An album I totally freaked out when I first heard it, because my very first Black Sabbath album that I bought with my own money was We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll, which only featured one song off Sabotage, Am I Going Insane Radio. Now, as much as I like that song now, back then I didn't get it. And it stuck out like a sore thumb on that Greatest Hits album, because you had all this doom, heaviness, then all of a sudden this poppy type of song, but as time goes by, man, every single song on Sabotage is a gem. It's a gem. Every song, man. And there's something about that album cover, man. I really don't understand what Bill Ward said about it. Number one, Bill Ward is wearing his wife's trousers, he said. And I know you can't really see it in this picture, but if you look at the album and you turn the album around, Bill Ward is wearing, you can see it through the red pants, like a checkered underwear. Where did he get that checkered underwear? From Ozzy. He needed underwear, so he got Ozzy's underwear, and then Ozzy wore the kimono without the underwear. What What was going on with these guys? Seriously, I don't know. I've never in my life thought, hey man, can I wear your underwear for this shoot? You know, I guess, yeah, maybe since you can see the underwear through the pants, maybe you can see his butt crack. I don't know. And his wiener. And then you have Geezer Butler there, you know, looking, I don't know, looking to sell drugs. Or he looks like the guy looking out for the drug dealer, you know, and the drug dealer is Tony Iommi. Tony Iommi looks like the drug dealer, and Geezer Butler looks like, you know, looking out for the cops for Tony. But man, what an album. You know, the other day I put on Ozzy's Speak of the Devil, right? And yeah, you know, I love that album. It's my favorite Ozzy live album. It's a great album. Every song is played so well in the more an 80s way than the 70s way, but it opens with Symptom of the Universe, and it smokes. It's awesome. Ozzy's awesome. Brad Gillis, unbelievable. And Tommy Aldridge doing those Bill Ward fills, amazing. And Rudy, man. Rudy's kicking ass on it too. But what I did notice is that Ozzy singing on that live version is not as crazy as Sabotage. Ozzy's voice in Sabotage was for another level. That was, to me, between Bloody Sabbath and Sabotage, is Ozzy's greatest vocal performances. But speaking, and to think of it, you know, if you listen on YouTube, you can hear Speak of the Devil unfiltered. You know, the actual live recording that was taped that night, and Ozzy's voice is shot to hell. So what you hear on Speak of the Devil is actually Ozzy in the studio redoing it. And he sounds fine. I'm not saying he sounds terrible. He doesn't. But man, there's something about Ozzy's voice on that Sabotage album, on that song, on Megalomania, you know, and the Rit. The way the Rit starts, the way I am, just screaming his ass off, man. For you. Man, when I'm done with this news segment, I'm slapping on some Sabotage, man. And when it comes to Black Sabbath, man, my favorite Black Sabbath album fluctuates a lot. Between Volume 4 and Sabotage the most, but then there's times where I think Bloody Sabbath's the best, or Master Reality, or the first album. Even Paranoid, I would think at times. But at the moment, it's Volume 4. But tomorrow it could be Sabotage. I never, ever, ever get sick of that album. And it is the Sabbath album that I heard last. No, that's not true. The Sabbath album I heard last was Technical Ecstasy. But, yeah, I think before that, you know. Because I was always afraid. I was afraid to buy it because Are We Going Insane Radio, between that and the album cover, because I would see the album in stores, and looking at the album cover, I'd be like, no, I'll pass. Between that and Am I Going Insane, thinking the whole album is Am I Going Insane. But now it's like, damn, it's like, at the moment, my second favorite Sabbath album. And to me, the extreme dark horse on that album is without a doubt. And believe me, the album has many dark horses. You got the Rit, you got Megalomania. But to me, the dark horse is definitely Thrill of It All. That song, man, just the rhythm, the way that song is structured with the verses. I don't think it's ever been played live. And it's a monster of a song. A monster. What a great opening to side 2. What can I say? I love Sabotage, and I'm going to pick up this copy of Rock Candy magazine because I want to read the full interview. So I just gave you guys little clips to get you intrigued, and hopefully it will get you intrigued like it got me intrigued. and buy some publication, because the internet pretty much ruined it all, right? So when you release a publication with 3 of the members talking about Sabotage, I'm buying it. Anyway, what do you all think, man? Where would you rank Sabotage in your favorite Sabbath albums? You know, I have read through the years, many say Sabotage is their best album. And I ain't gonna argue with you, man. I'm not gonna argue with you. I believe that was Martin Popoff's favorite Sabbath album. I could be wrong, but I believe he did say it was the Sabbath album. But anyway, Black Sabbath rules all. Sammy Hagar Belcher sucks. And thank you so much for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath Sabotage and schmack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.